and welcome to Dreamer Inc. Reviews. I'm your girl Dreamer and I'm here to review. So let's get to it. Now, this is a review as well as a full breakdown, so there will be some spoiler alerts for everyone out there to know. Just disclaimer. All right. So, the movie I'm going to be reviewing today is a Tubi movie by the name of The Jealous Ex. But was he really jealous? Or is he even really an ex? Let's get to it, and I think you'll figure it out along the way. So the movie starts with a beautiful young lady and her handsome beau in the bed. Let's just say they're basking in the afterglow of a little bit something. And as they're laying there, the handsome man says, "Oh, sweetie, I gotta get ready to go out of town. I'm getting ready to leave for a little bit and I will be back, and just know, boo, keep the bed warm. I love you and I'll see you soon." And she's like, "Oh, boo, thank you for coming by. You mean the world to me, and I'm gonna keep everything right and tight for you." And he goes ahead, gets up, and he leaves. All right, so after he leaves, she's walking around a house in a cute little robe. Capital T. I'm like, girl. And as she's walking around the house, another knock on the door comes. So she thinks we're going to call him producer dude, because her boyfriend is a producer. She thinks it's producer dude coming back. She looks around. She sees, oh, he left his wallet. He's always being forgetful. So she grabs the wallet. She goes to the door and she opens the door. But as she opens the door, no. It's not producer dude. It's her other boyfriend. We're going to call him Jailbird dude. So Jailbird just got out of jail. He's supposed to be in jail for 25 years. He only did 6, and now he's out early. Didn't tell nobody. So she's completely shocked and surprised that her Jailbird boyfriend is out. And he's here and on her front step, ready to get his woman back. And he's happy to see her. And she's shocked, as I'm sure anyone would be, that he's on her front porch. And she's like, oh my goodness, come on in. So he comes in and she goes up to her bedroom and she's like, make yourself comfortable. All right, I gotta get ready to go to work. He's like, go to work? He like, girl, man, it's been 6 years. I ain't seen you. And you about to go ahead and leave for work? And she's like, I gotta pay for everything. I'm home from jail, but I gotta pay for this, so I gotta go to work. So she went ahead and slid out the house. And he's like, before she left, he was like, you know what? It's cool, boo. I understand, babe. Go ahead and go to work. We got a lifetime to catch up. So she's like, ah. So she leaves, and as soon as she leaves, she goes to work and she tells everything to her 2 best friends who also works with her. I think they're like real estate agents or something like that. And then that's what they're doing. They're there and they're talking, and she's telling them how shocked she is. She don't know what to do. And they're like, well, we know what you should do, but what are you going to do? And she's like, oh, I should stay with producer dude. He is so kind. He's so sweet. I've never been in a situation like this before. And they're like, girl, we hear you, but what are you going to do? Who are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So she's like, oh no, producer dude, that's who I'm going to be with. All right. Now, the part I forgot to mention is, when Jailbird dude came home, one of the key things he mentioned is, when he thanked her, is, thank you for holding me down the whole time, girl. Them letters meant everything in the world to me. So the whole time he was in jail, she was writing him, telling him how much she loved him and cared about him, and selling him a whole bill of lies, telling her how much she waiting on him, all this stuff that gets told or whatever, the told and sold stuff. So thinking, she's locked in with me. She's telling her friends, I think the producer dude is the best way to go. So they're like, oh, you best, you're going to do what's best for you. So next thing Jailbird dude is at home. And while he's at home, one of his friends call him and say, yo, homie, come on out. Come hang out for a little bit. Let me come take you shopping. So he goes out with his homie. And his homie, we going to call him drug dealer, because he's a drug dealer. Or I'm sorry, we're not going to say that on this channel. We're going to call him DD. So Dee Dee go ahead and come get his homie and take him out. And Dee Dee's like, I'm glad I got my hitter back because, you know what I mean, streets is dry out here. I'm glad you here. You got to connect, this, that, and the third. So that's all he talking about. And so then as Dee Dee talking, eventually he said, yo, what's up with you and Cece? So Jailbird dude is like, yo, ain't nothing, no, me and Cece good. I'm glad to be home. My girl, you mean the world to me. And so Dee Dee is like, yeah, I hear that, dude, but maybe you need to, while you out here getting fly, maybe you need to meet you a couple chicks out here too, because 6 years is a long time. You don't know what she been doing. So dude get a little tight. He get a little upset because he like, yo, she held me down the whole time. Ain't nobody hold me down like she held me down. So not too much on my girl. Don't be saying too much about her. And so Dee Dee still plugging him in a little bit, saying a few things, pieces there. The way he's saying it is almost like he knows something that the rest of us don't know. But Jailbird dude not picking up on nothing. All he's saying is, look, I'm about to put a ring on it. So when he said that Dee Dee put a ring on it, bruh, it's been 6 years. He said, look, this is what you need to do. You crowding her space. Why don't you give her some space? I got a place that you can stay at. It's paid off for the next few months. Go ahead and stay there. Give yourself some time. Maybe meet a couple chicks. Give her some time to get her mind wrapped around the fact that you home now. So he said, that sound about right. You know what? I'll go ahead and do that. So he listens to him. Now, but he goes back home that night. While he home, Cece, which is the young woman's name, is on the phone with one of her friends. She's telling her friend, girl, he in the shower, Jailbird in the shower, and producer dude is still out of town. He gonna call me and want to sit here and boo love all night on the phone, and I don't know what to do, and Jailbird gonna want some cheeks. I don't know what to do. So her friend was like, easy work. Be tired for one and sick for the other. You know what to do. So that's what she do. She played the game and she played both of them. She's tired and she's sick. And so both of them leave her alone for that night. The next day she go to work. She come home and Jailbird dude is gone because he took his boy up on an offer. He felt like it was a smart move and he went ahead and moved himself out. And she calls him up and she like, yo, where you at? You're not here. I'm here. Where are you at? And so he said, chill, babe. You know what I mean? I'm trying to give you space. I'm trying to be respectful. When you ready, you call me. Because right now it don't seem like you ready. You ain't let me touch you or nothing yet. So just I'm going to give you some time and some space. And when you ready, holla at me. So first she started acting weird. She had an attitude that he was gone. And then she was like, that. Which kind of threw me off. Because, girlie, you just said you don't want him. Why are you feeling some type of way that he's actually listening to you and he's out your spot? But now, I'm also feeling some type way during this whole process. And I know I'm dropping some of my own thoughts in here. But you misled this man the whole time that he was in jail, writing him these falsehoods in jail. And this is what he is holding on to, which is causing all the chaos that's going on right now. But let's keep going. I digress. So now it gets to the scene where Cece is talking to her girls and they decide, you know what, we need to get out. Let's get out the house. So they're like, bet. So producer dude is coming back in town. So he shows up at the door while she's getting ready to go out with her girls. And she go ahead and give him the loving that he been thinking about. And she been missing him. He done brought her a diamond necklace. And she's putting the necklace on and she flexing with it. And she's enjoying herself. And on top of that, he decide, you know what, my girl going to the club, I'm going to come with you. So she said, oh, meet me there because my girl's already waiting, so I'm going to go. So she goes to the club and she's hanging out with her friends. And as she's in the club, eventually producer dude shows up. So they're all in the club chilling and her friends actually like the guy. So they're chatting and talking because they see that the guy is good for their friend. So they're talking to him and they're enjoying his company. While they're at the bar, who walks into the bar but Dee Dee and Jailbird dude? That's right. They walk into the bar. Now, they don't see each other as of yet. But as they walk into the bar, Dee Dee says to Jailbird, yo, boy, you see the dude in the white and black hat? Dude was like, I see him. He said, yo, this dude owe me money. He's owed me money for a while and he didn't give it back yet. He was like, I'm going to talk to him. But if it don't work out right, I need you to lollipop that dude. So he was like, word, got you. All right. So He discussed things with the dude. Dude flares up in buck. And so when dude flared up in buck, he had his crash out bull in the parking lot waiting for him. Joe Bird was in there waiting for him. That's right. So dude get ready to leave. But before he leaves, cut to the other scene. Cece and producer dude, they dip. Now they in the parking lot in the car. And then while they're in the car in the parking lot, they are full on juicing, smashing, getting it in. That's right. They getting it in. And as they're getting it in, Jailbird dude is in a parking lot and he creeping up on the dude in the white black cap. As he's doing it, he looks over in the car and who does he see but his girl Cece and producer dude smashing it out in the car. So he's crashing out mentally. So he's going back and forth like, should I lollipop them? Man, I'm about to lollipop both of them. I love her. I'm not going to do it. So he don't do it. So he sees the white and black cap guy and he's like, you know what? I'm going to go and handle this business and I'm going to chill. So that's what he does. He walk up on the white and black cap guy who owed DD money and he lollipop him in the parking lot. And that's the end of that, dude. That's right. So next thing, he goes ahead and he leaves the scene. But as soon as he leaves the scene, Cece and producer dude goes home. They don't even know they was caught. Cece gets a text later that night. She sees it in the morning saying, yo, end your situation or I'm going to end your situation. So she goes ahead that morning and she tells producer dude, look, I love you and I care for you, but this ain't working out. We got to go our separate ways. She didn't tell him the real because she just figured it's just best just to end everything as it is and we go our separate ways. So dude is like, what? You tripping? But you know what? I'm going to give you space, but I'm not about to let you just end everything right now because you're tripping big right now. So he goes ahead and dip. So Cece tell her girls, man, Joe Bird, oh my goodness, he must have caught me. He knows about me and producer dude. And he said that he ready to crash out. So I had to end it. So they was like, oh, dang, girl, for real? And they was like, she was like, yeah. So one of her besties goes ahead and goes to dude's production company. And as he's in the booth or whatever, well, not in the booth, but in the engineering booth. So she goes in and she says, look, my homegirl Cece, she loves you. She wants you, everything. But the real reason why she cut ties with you is not because you did anything in particular, but she cut ties with you because her Jailbird ex is out. And he basically threatened you and her. So she had to cut ties with you because she don't want nothing to happen to you or her. So he's like, for real, word, bet. So her best friend did. So producer dude, see, he's not built for that life. He's not about that life. But my doggone suggestion, if you're not about that life, don't dabble in the water. So he goes ahead and he outsourced somebody who is about that life. So he called in one of his homies who's about that life or used to be, and that homie contacts somebody else who's about that life. And they decide to come up with a plan to set the dude up. So that's what they do. They go ahead and hire the stripper to go ahead and set him up. The stripper goes in the club, start rubbing up on him. Let's go back for a little something. And he goes ahead, he's tripping over his girl. So he's like, you know what, I need some interaction, so let's go. So as they go into the parking lot, there goes the setup. And so they get to go ahead and beating on this guy. It's two guys hop out and they beating on him. Now, back to the scene that I was saying about the guy's not built for this. This is how you know when somebody's not built for that type of life. This girl told you and her friend told you, yo, Jailbird dude is a hitter and he is straight up crash out. So you have to part ways. The guy who used to be about their life said, all right, you want me to dead that situation? You want me to end him? And he says, no, don't end him. Just rough him up a little bit. If somebody says rough them up a little bit, they not built for that life. So you need to stop swimming in the waters with the sharks when you're a guppy, because you're not built for that. Because if somebody tells you that somebody is a crash out and a hitter, roughing them up is not going to do anything to them. That's just going to make them enraged. It's going to make them mad. That's right. So I'm just saying, I'm not built for that life, but I know that because I have a little knowledge as far as knowing how to stay out the way, because I'm not built for the streets. So I stay on the sidewalk, as they say. But he decided that he wanted to go ahead and hop off that sidewalk and be in that street. So he caused a chain of events. So after they go ahead and rough him up, which I'm going to say it was one of the weirdest rough ups I ever seen, because they ain't lollipop whip him or nothing. Couple kicks in the ribs and say, stay away from CC, stay away from dude, won't play. So he like, oh, for real. And as he's saying that, he's looking at different people. So the next scene comes and you see a news broadcast where there was found the stripper's body. That's right, the girl who tried to set him up, all of a sudden they found her body. And that scene was a little bit hilarious to me because they used a whole bunch of stereotypes for the stripper, which was just so wild. I'm not going to get into the details, but if you watch the movie, you'll see, and I guarantee you're going to laugh because it had me laughing. But so they went ahead and you broadcast that she was gone, that she's no longer. So dude lollipopped her and she's out of there. So that's 2 lollipop count. So as he's on his vengeance roll, he calls his homeboy because he's trying to get balance. You could tell he's trying to talk to somebody about it. But his homeboy, I said, DD, he don't just sell it, he uses it. So he's popping all night. So he's just tore up from the floor up. Next thing DD, the scene cuts and you see DD is in the room popping with one of CC friends. That's right. One of her homegirls is with DD. And DD gets off the phone after talking to him. He can brush him off. And so the homegirl's like, what's wrong with him? He need to leave my girl CC alone. She moved on to something better. So he's like, yo, I've been trying to tell that boy that for the longest. He don't want to listen. He's so stuck on your girl CC. So he's like, you saying all this. So as they're talking, she's like, well, guess what? It's getting late. I gotta go. He like, you gotta go, girl? I want you to say. She's like, no, boo, I gotta go. So she gets up and she goes to her car and she get ready to go. And as she's sitting in the car next to you, Joe Berg crashed out in the back seat. He hops out and he lollipops her. That's right. He lollipops her. So now that's lollipop count 3. That's right. And as he does that, he pushes her on the horn. So the horn start honking. So DD comes out because he thinking, oh, she want round 2 with me. So he comes out. As he comes out, his boy walks up to him and he lollipops him. And so now it's lollipop 4 count. That's right. All 4 of them gone out of here. So now he's on a spree. He's on a complete lollipop spree. So he also goes to the guy who set him up. He goes to his house and he lollipops him. The guy was doing something with the screen door after he's been enjoying. And who was over the house? Her other best friend. So since she was there, she got lollipop too. So now it's up to 6 lollipopped all together. Now, just that quick. They just started getting them out of there so quick. So next thing, you go ahead and you see the producer dude goes to CC house. And he's like, let's get back together, this, that, and third. That other situation, don't worry about it. I handled it. He's talking big, pounding on his chest like King Kong. I squashed that. Don't worry about it. I handled that situation. She's like, you handle it? Oh, my goodness, you handle it? What you mean you handle it? He's like, I told them to go rough him up a little bit. And she like, what? She like, dude, you just signed our death certificates. What you mean rough him up? Now he gonna think I had something to do with it. Oh, man, this dude going to end me. He going to end you. Why would you do that? And he was like, what you talking about? No. He going to be roughed up. We not going to have no more problems with him. He not going to come around no more. And so she's like, you are insane. That ain't do nothing to bruh. So he's like, you know what? That's okay. I got something else to protect us. So as he walks to the door, he opens the door. Who's at the door but Joe Berg crash out himself, and he goes ahead and he plugs the lollipop into the producer dude. That's right. So producer dude is laid out in the door frame, and Cece takes off running upstairs, scared for her life. So she's dipping and she's hiding and she's trying to maneuver. And next thing Joe Bird comes upstairs and he's looking for Cece. He's like, where you at, baby? I love you. He's saying all this stuff. And she's like, oh, man, he's really going to end me. So he's like, I'm not going to hurt you. I promise you I won't hurt you. And she's like, you promise? He's like, yeah, promise. So as she's creeping out, she does the worst job of hiding something behind her back. And she walks up to him. And see, she takes her slow time to try to lollipop him. Of course, he grabs her hand before he gets a chance. And so she starts scrambling back because she lost her lollipop, and now the guy has it in his hand, and he's like, oh, I don't want to hurt you, I don't want to end you, I don't want to do this to you, I'm just going to do it quickly because I love you. And so next thing you come to find out, producer dude wasn't done. He actually crawls upstairs and he has his own lollipop that shoots mini pops, and as he goes ahead and he pops the doggone Joe Bird dude one time, and then he passes out. Cece goes ahead, gets up, she grabs that lollipop, and she trains it on Joe Bird dude. He's injured, but he's not out and down for the count. In the background, you hear the police cars. So he knows he's about to go to jail for a very long time because he got a list of people he done lollipopped all along the way, and they probably all know that it was him. So next thing, he's like, please end me. If you ever cared about me, if you ever loved me, go ahead and just end this whole thing. Just let me go. And so next thing, that whole scene is cut and you don't see what happened. But here's the thing. So the next scene, and this is pretty much the final scene, you see her sitting at the table, producer dude putting on his jacket and gives her a kiss. I'll see you later, baby. And she's like, see you later, honey. And he goes ahead and leaves. As she's sitting at the table, she's looking through her mail, and she gets one of them thick envelopes of mail. You know what I'm talking about, them thickies. Basically, the jailhouse letters. And as she's looking at the letter, she's clutching it close to her. She's sniffing it, kissing it. And so basically, what that lead me to believe is she's still keeping up with her nonsense of selling the doggone Joe Bird guy a whole bill of BS and dreams, even though she's still messing with this other guy. So she was just messy all around the board. It was an interesting movie. It's a short movie, and I guess if you have some time, about a good hour, 15 minutes, maybe less on your hands to waste, and you want to watch something, but it wasn't one of my favorites. I can honestly say that it wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't something I would put up there. I would give this 2.5 lollipops, to be honest. The movie itself was just okay, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me today. I enjoy, and I'm so thankful that you guys join me every time you do come and every time you do watch my videos. So thank you so much, and hopefully I will see you guys soon. I do my lives all the time, so please join me for my lives and enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you. Bye.